Tobuscus is a formerly famous and now infamous YouTuber who used to be part of the YouTube royalty. I mean, this guy had toys in Toys R Us. This guy was on Cartoon Network in the Annoying Orange TV show. These days, though, after being canceled for an alleged sex pest scandal, Tobuscus spends a lot of his time basically being another grifter on the internet. So let's catch up with Tobuscus and see what this guy is up to and what he's all about. Anyway, let's start by talking about if only there was a show that covers rape, then it might be able to go over that. I'm not the only person who's experienced abuse from him. There are so many of us. I know some, I'm friends with some, and I'm without a doubt sure there are some that I don't even know about. It's not my place to tell their stories. I can only tell mine. Hey, cataclysm. You know what? You know what they say? Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it, okay? Throughout the 5 years of knowing him, I've been mentally and physically abused by Toby Turner, okay? I first met Toby when I was working at... I got like a bunch of voice cracks today. Total L. Gandalf said that? Sure, why not? Working in E3 in June of 2011, I had flown there from Georgia, and he was doing a hosting gig. He added me on Facebook, and I was returning home, eventually my number. We texted almost daily and FaceTimed each other. He kept telling me that I should move there, and that he needed a female host for his new gaming show. So a month after E3... What? What is wrong? So a month after E3, I had bought a new car, packed my stuff up for LA. I didn't know much at the time, but that would be the one of many broken promises. You know what's interesting about you know how many YouTubers are like, I'm doing a business thing, and then like bring on the person they're trying to rizz up? I've seen that a lot. That is not uncommon. I've definitely seen that. I was writing way too many details when I realized I have way too many things to tell what happened in 5 years. So I'll cut out the small stuff. I was being cheated on since day one. Okay. I know we're looking back at the past and this drama has already been litigated. We want to, let's say you're in this situation, right? I give these consultations free of charge right now, right? If you're in a drama, you want like an upside down pyramid of like the most damning thing to the least damning thing, right? So the most damning thing should have the most weight to it, right? So you probably don't want to start with the cheating ever. You want to start with the he sexually assaulted me part. Right? And then at the bottom, you could also say he was unfaithful, right? Because that is less damning than the other stuff. Let's see. He would fluctuate between telling me we weren't together and saying we were. Once I started finding the evidence of other women, he would fluctuate between admitting he was cheating and then saying he told me he didn't want anything serious. Another thing is also, I gotta be frank, I can't imagine sleeping with Tobuscus. I'm very sorry. Just full stop. He's literally if Tobuscus was a real celebrity, he would have been casted in Big Bang Theory to play a Sheldon-like character, okay? Every time I would try to leave, he would tempt me. He was saying he was ready to come out about dating me now. He would say he was just worried about what the fans would say to me and all the hate I would get. Yeah, because he was fucking them. But he never cared about that. When he started dating Olga, we were still dating. He told me that they weren't real and it was just for a show, for subscribers and views. At the beginning, I actually believed that. Then my gut feeling was going off like crazy and I realized I was just being weak. I stopped seeing him and started seeing someone else. Of course, I kept getting texts that he missed me and that how I was the one he wanted. Once I stopped seeing the other guy, we went right back to dating. Jesus. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the hindsight guy. All right. He played the Sheldon-like character in Annoying Orange. Less famous Will Wheaton. You guys are hurt. This man's he's already dead, guys. You don't need to keep beating the corpse. You know, maybe I just haven't come across the one, but like I can't even fathom that kind of infatuation into a person. I'm certain it is, and I'm certain like he love bombed and shit and made the person feel real good and like, you know, manipulated their faculties. But there's never been a time in my life where I've met someone where I'm like, I want to upend everything in my life to spend it with you, right? Because I see guys do that a lot where they're like, oh my God, I love this girl. She lives on the other side of the world. And then they upend their entire life to go be with them. And then the relationship falls through. And I'm just like, why'd you do that? You lost your like good paying job to go do that. These accusations came out before. We've read a dime a dozen of these posts. Yeah, I mean, Shelbo is definitely an example of that. Granted, he's like disabled. But you know, like for those of you that have done that and then it's like panned out well, I know like 8 other men who've done that. And it's always dudes too, okay? It's always dudes. I'm certain women do it quite a bit, but out of my female friends, they don't really do that. It's primarily the dude friends who do that, who are just like, this girl is great. I'm going to do the dumbest thing ever and then go out to them. And it's just like, brother, you're 25. Like, you're too old to be like, oh, we're going to live happily ever after once I move out to a new city where I have no connects for a job in my field. It's like, dude, I get it. Love conquers all. But you won't be conquering much when you don't have any fucking apartment to live in. All right? It's desperation. They crave love so much, they'll do everything to keep it. Guys, love yourself enough that you're not going to throw away your entire life for a person that you're not committed to. This is a really easy thing. I'm begging you. Listen, you're not going to... I get it. I understand. You're not going to find the one next door or whatever, right? There's a lot of people in the world. But Jesus... he would grab me, tear off my pants, and I would say no and pull them back up so forcefully that they would tear. I still have my pants folded in a drawer and have the ripped belt loops and holes in the crotch from him trying to tear his way in. I even headbutted him once because I was starting to see another guy. Okay, so... yeah, so the drugs thing with Tobuscus is something that I definitely remember hearing from a lot of people in the industry, right? Apparently that was a really common thing with him, was the drugs. It was, I mean, drugs happen at every like YouTuber gathering, but Tobuscus was known for it. Let's see. I'm not going to get into too much details with that, but that's when the abuse started to get very violent. Boy, guys, the manic YouTuber with millions of subscribers was doing coke. Just believe what happens next. What are some things that would make this better, chat? Sorry, I'm teacher maxing right now. I know I'm teacher maxing, but like what would make this post better, right? Aside from the thing I mentioned earlier where the rape stuff should have come first, right? The I think something that would have been good to add is probably pictures or messages, right? Screenshots. There we go. You know, anybody who's exposing somebody should get me to be their like crisis manager. You should let me write your post and give me lots of money for it. By this time, blah, 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 everything was a bipolar mess. There was an incident where we met up for dinner. His classic line was, wanna eat? And he was on drugs, of course. The classic Tobuscus line of wanting to eat. I'll be your Saul Goodman. Just you wait. You know you have rights. The Constitution says you do. And he was on drugs, of course. I told him not to park in the 30-minute parking spot. You've got to be kidding me. Guys, I can't. He was immune to all rules in his mind. Quote, I am a god, so he left it. Okay, all right. I don't think we needed to know about the 30-minute parking lot allegations. Our conversation at dinner turned toxic. He said some girl was aborting his baby. I said years ago I had a miscarriage, but would have had it. This caused him to get angry that I would have kept the kid. He called me... he called me stupid and F-slur, among other things. FYI, to this day, he still calls me an F-slur. He uses that term all the time and calls me names, even if he's being nice. So I am upset and trying to stand up for myself, but only making it worse. I'm sure I cried at some point. I was always crying. We left the restaurant, and lo and behold, his Range Rover got towed. He's yelling and mad, and we get an Uber (parentheses taxi) and go back to his place. By this time, I'm absolutely terrified and just trying to not make him more upset. He started punching things in the kitchen. He kicks his stove, and I get out of his way as he punches the pantry door. It has a big giant crack in it. He later covered it with the Chinese New Year calendar and made jokes on vlogs saying, "How did this get here?" So this is a good point where you'd leave a link to that, right? I'm crying and he's blaming me for stuff. And then I go out and sit down on a beanbag chair he has in the living room. He starts screaming at me to get the fuck out of his house. I'm bawling and crying and asking him why he's doing this to me. And he's screaming at the top of his lung that he hates me and to get the fuck out of his house and that'll call the cops. This guy is or was an addict. This guy sounds like a manic drug addict. He says, "Did you hear what I said, you stupid fucking dumb blonde?" He would always tell me he hated blonde hair. And so I stand up to leave. I'm hysterical and get in my car and speed off to the driveway. And he jumps out in front of my car, immediately saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, come here." I'm crying. And I have to stop the car and he pulls me into the house. I'm nothing but a hyperventilating mess. Hyperventilating, crying mess, and I'm having a panic attack and shaking. Jesus Christ, girl. This is a really long run-on sentence. What year was this posted? I mean, clearly around 2014, 2016. I don't remember. Let's see what the article is. 2016. 2016. He sets me down at the end of the bed and starts having sex with me. The entire time I'm crying and mumbling for him to stop, but he keeps saying shh. After he finished, he pulls up the pants and I turn to my side and keep crying. I don't remember if he cuddled me after. Maybe he did. At this, friends tried to intervene. I actually lost a few because I kept going back to him, and they thought I was weak and an idiot. I was. I finally mustered the strength and told them that we should just be friends. I'll say this. If you are friends with somebody that's in this kind of situation, I think it's really nice for you to like be like, "Girl, you need help," or like, "Guy, you need to get out of this situation. Like, this isn't healthy for you." But if it's happening so much and it's being like a recurring thing, it's not your response. You shouldn't feel bad about walking away from that or being like, I need to like respect myself enough to walk away from it. I think if you're a friend in that situation, it could be really easy to constantly keep, bending over backwards for them. You can always politely be like, "Listen, you're my friend, but like, you can't keep bringing this on to me." Setting boundaries is important, right? So I finally mustered the strength and told them that we should just be friends. February 26, 2013, I came over to help him with something. I'm not sure what. My friend Lissa was having a party I wanted to go to, and he kept telling me not to leave. I told him I had to go. He was being flirty and cute. I was conditioned to enjoy the tension and game. Jesus. Again, I think we really, I think a lot of this is like we need to codify the language at which we talk about these things. Like we need there needs to be a template on how you make an exposed Google Doc on somebody. Yes, I know, and I should have said yes and taken a shot before driving. Oh, if I would take a shot with him, just one before I left. Yes, I know I should have not said yes and taken a shot before driving. I am aware, but you have to understand, at this time, drugs were running rampant in this house, and I was so exposed to drug and alcohol abuse that I was just used to it. I said okay, took a shot with him, and instantly knew something was wrong. At first, I thought it was shitty vodka. I even asked what vodka it was. No fucking way. Oh my god. Then I saw his face and realized what the bitter taste was. I had asked if he slipped something in my drink. Insert. Okay. All right. All right. Don't put this in. I'm trying not to be funny about the really serious Tobuscus Google Doc, especially because I am inclined to believe it. All right. But I do. Man, if you'd like a nugget and a biscuit, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to Diesel IRL. That way you can be informed when I go live and participate in these wonderful conversations live along with the chat. My eyebrow twitches when I see things like insert cute grin with Griffin voice denying it. I twitch. I twitch when I fucking read that, because that's not the don't include this shit in your fucking Google Doc, okay? This was a different time. I know. I have the hindsight of the year 2025, and I've read literally like fucking maybe 50, 60, 100 of these documents in my time. I asked a bunch of times and he denied it, but I already knew the answer. I also knew the people who die from MDMA Molly have always been mixing it with alcohol. That both of those are a deadly mix. That Toby is a drug addict, and that the amount of drugs he put in my drink are far more than I'll ever be capable of handling. I start crying and telling him he's going to kill me. Why would he try to hurt me? That he is selfish and that I am going to die because of him. This somehow gives him a moment of clarity, or maybe it was just the drugs taking effect, but he admits to putting it in my drink. He tells me that it was only a little bit, and it must have still been on the glass from when he used it. Then he fully admits to doing it. He starts crying as well, and admitting he's a sex addict and a drug addict and needs to get help. I'm so fucked up at this point that I don't remember what happened. Did we have sex? Did we talk? I'm not sure. All I know is that at some point he passed out cuddling me on his beanbag chair, and I'm just staring straight ahead, wide awake with anxiety. I literally feel like I'm being held hostage and kidnapped. I don't know this man. I want to escape, but I'm so fucked up that I can't leave. Once I feel like I can maneuver a car the next afternoon, I drive home. I really shouldn't have drove, but I needed to escape him. I come home, and my roommates are in the kitchen. They would be so mad if they knew I was still talking to Toby after the blatant rape. So I tell them someone at the bar drugged me. Dude, she must have been bringing a lot of this back to her roommates. The right can help me with my drug addiction, Tobuscus. Dude, her friends must have been mad tired about this, yeah. Because it's just like... Yeah, I know we all got that friend who constantly keeps going back to the ex who's really bad for them. I know we got that person. And like every time an argument happens and they start going off about it, you're just like, and then you begrudgingly listen because you appreciate the friendship. And like your friend is good most of the time, except for the one time when the boyfriend or the girlfriend is like losing their bananas. This is so Tumblr, not a paragraph break in sight. Yeah, it's hurt. This is a rough one to read, grammatically speaking. My friend married a guy she just met for like 5 months. I actually would be incredibly irritated if I had a guy friend that married a girl after dating her for 5 months. I'd be like, you're a fucking moron. I'd be like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, and I cannot wait to say that when you get a divorce. I just want to lay down. I was just in my bed staring and sobbing. I was fucked up on the drug for 3 days. I regret never going to the hospital. I regret never going to the cops for what he did. It was a different time. It was a different time. It was over a decade ago, Diesel. It was over a decade ago. I honestly... God, it was over a decade ago. Fuck, I'm old. I honestly thought about his career... blah, 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 blah. I honestly thought about his career ruined, and I didn't want to hurt him because I loved him. How messed up is that? He had just tried to kill me. I mean, he definitely was trying to rape you if that did happen. I don't know about murder. I think that murdering you would have been a byproduct of that. Stop saying you're old. Divorce isn't a thing in my country, by the way. You know, I know people in countries where it's not a thing. Somehow, things be happening. Just things happen. I knew I was too weak to go to the hospital, but I made sure to text him what he did so I would have evidence. So at least have text proof that he drugged me. So he couldn't turn around and deny it like he always did. Like he denies ever dating me now. What's messed up is that the text he gave me before I texted the proof was, "'Twas fun." Yeah, fun. Could we see any of those text messages? No. I wish I could say I stopped talking to him after that, but we all know that's not true. He would change his ways, and I took him back again. Okay. All right. Okay. I go into his bathroom and see a black thong and a condom in the trash can. He's in the other room gaming. This guy, this guy is a piece of shit. We didn't post messages and stuff back then, okay? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I believe her anyway, but the proof would have been dope to have. Yeah, I think for this, a lot of the format is just very frustrating, right? I think we're in a much better place now where people give like evidence to stuff, and that makes it a lot easier, right? Because I'm putting a lot of trust in this person, and the only reason I'm inclined to believe it is really just that I heard stories that Tobuscus was like a crazy person, and I've seen how Tobuscus is now on the internet. So I walk in there, grab him by the arm, and he's shocked. But I take him to the bathroom where I put the items on the floor and push his face down towards it. His response, what? What? Yeah, what? So, and I'm livid. And I say, who the fuck is she? He tells me, it doesn't matter. You'll never meet her. Okay. I really wanted to destroy and break everything in the house on the way out, but I just grab my stuff and go. Done. Except not, because I'm an idiot and I stay friends. Why is she writing it like that? Why is she writing it like that? Okay? Don't editorialize it like this, man. Don't editorialize it like this. Like, you're doing this as if you were writing a book. Like, you got me at the chapter's end, and I'm like, I'm ready to read the next chapter, and you're like, oh great, I guess we're doing this chapter again. just write it. Last time I ever have sex with him is Memorial Day of 2013. This isn't by choice, of course. This is a violent hate fuck after he thinks I'm flirting with Max Landis. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Max Landis. Dude, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Oh my god. I have an opinion, chat. I have an opinion, and perhaps it is a little too based. All right. I know I'm supposed to be the woke commentary guy, right? And I do believe the big things this lady is saying, right? I do believe that she was drugged and probably raped, right? And I do believe that Tobuscus was a maladjusted drug addict who had delusions of grandeur. I believe those things, right? But is it too hard for me to suggest that perhaps this lady is also not really that well adjusted? Right? Is that wrong to say that she seems kind of fucking crazy? Like those big allegations she's given out, I am inclined to believe. But I read things like the last time I ever have sex with him is Memorial Day of 2013. This isn't by choice, of course. This is a violent hate fuck after he thinks I'm flirting with Max Landis, right? Mainly because of part of it is like the wording in this, right? Part of it's the wording in this. Mainly because she says that it's not by choice, but then she just doesn't say it's rape. She says it's a hate fuck. Like they both disliked each other, but still had sex anyway. And she doesn't describe it the same way she described those other things. What? So luckily I never slept with him after that, but things still were messed up because he would try to use me to masturbate. Either do it in front of me or try to grab my hand to do it in front of him. It's disgusting, and I'm embarrassed, but it's the truth, so whatever. I became just a friend, and I really thought things were looking up. I'm sorry, you cannot just say that, and then I don't understand what you mean by this. Like, is he just masturbating about you in the privacy of his own home, or is he standing in front of you, jerking himself off, and then being like, "Do you want to join me?" Like, I don't understand what that means. I legitimately don't. It's disgusting and I'm embarrassed, but it's the truth, so it's whatever. I became just a friend. I really thought things were looking up. We started doing songs together, even though I was helping him write them the whole time. But now I was included, and he was actually letting people know we were friends. Yay. Gag. I won't get into the lack of payment for anything I did, because this is a separate issue, but I knew I was being used. I was just so happy to be included. Yay. Gag. Okay. And this is another thing where it's like, I feel like there's like there's like a fame angle here that's definitely a interesting one, right? Because like she's staying friends with him to do work with him. Like, you know, and then I don't like what? I don't even know how to rationalize that. You know, and I read a lot of these things, and I'd like to think that I'm pretty fucking charitable to a lot of the documents I read, but that's I can't even begin to rationalize that. Fuck. Okay. He always strung me along and would wave the carrot of songs or gaming to get me to come back. Like, I feel like him being a famous YouTuber is playing a role in you hanging out with him. Okay? Like, I feel like that is playing a role here, and I think it's playing way too much of a fucking role. 2014, he tells me he will perform Depressing Song at Playlist. I'm super happy because we wrote it together, and it was our Look at How Magic We Are song. Once it gets close to playlist time, he starts getting wishy-washy like he always does. He then texts a mutual friend and says something along the lines of, April is on her high horse and I'm about to put her down. The day of his performance, I tell another mutual friend that I know he's going to play our song. She assures me he wouldn't do that. I have Toby energy, and we are super connected. I feel it. I know he is. Wait, what? She assures me he wouldn't do that? Wait, okay. So I tell another... Wait, what? I have Toby energy, and we are super connected. I feel it. I know he is. And he does. I'm going to admit to the internet's... What the fuck is this? What am I fucking reading? Why is this becoming more and more, like, disorganized? I'm not crazy in this way of reading this post and saying that this is getting really fucking disorganized. I want to call this the Daria angle. She's angry and vindictive, but a dry humor and a sense of pretentiousness. Well, you see, she is a millennial, so that is possible. I was in the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, worse than cheating. The lying, the physical and mental abuse. I'm not sure why, but to deny me the thing I've created, to perform my song when it is my dream to be up there, that was worse than death. Okay, honey, I am sorry. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Not to be that guy, but he raped you. You're telling me that the worst moment is when he performed a song you wrote in front of an audience of nobodies at an event nobody remembers or cares about? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It's not Madison Square Garden. It's Playlist. I don't know what that is. It's a fucking convention. Okay? He has a main stage at a convention. All right? If this was like Madison Square Garden, I get it. But like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what is, like, it does... Listen, I don't know why internet fame is playing such a role in this document, but because it is, it makes me feel a lot less charitable to you. Okay? Jesus Christ.
A person I dated a few years ago has just made some...
Okay, so we got the YouTuber Psy, which is also pretty fucking bad.
Extremely serious, false accusation. Extremely serious, false accusations about me. And I want to be crystal clear. I've never done anything without her consent. I've never tried to trick her into anything. I read her Tumblr post, and I was shocked, and I was hurt. These allegations are absolutely false.
Interesting response. This is actually a bad response, right? Like, the guy is on the brink of tears, right? Fucking he does the YouTuber sigh, right? He fucking doesn't address anything. He just says, it's not right. It's wrong.
I just wanted to address it. That's all.
He doesn't address anything. He doesn't address any of the shit. That was a terrible response, dude. If this was today, Tobuscus would not win the fight. He would have not won the fight. He would have not won. And clearly he didn't, right? Toby Turner fell off. He literally fell off. Like, that's the only way I can put it. Oh my god. Let me pull up his Instagram, right? Because there's some Fed posting going on in here. He is not doing all right these days, man. Holy shit.
Because eyeliner. But if he was going as, let's sacrifice Toby, who's just been sacrificed. I really just wanted to put on eyeliner because I'm super gay. All right, so I'm JD Vance because
I'm gonna get to that part. I'm gonna get to the part where he's like having where he's chopping it up with Kyle Rittenhouse.
eyeliner. But if he was going as, let's sacrifice Toby, who's just been sacrificed. I really just wanted to put on eyeliner because I'm super gay. All right, so I'm JD Vance because.
Let's see. What's this?
Trump won! Oh God! Oh my God! No! 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 Donald J. Trump won! No! The guy from Home Alone!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, that's that's a rough. Toby, I love you, man, but can we talk about something else other than politics? What's the connection between JD Vance and eyeliner? He had did a press thing at the White House, and he had whoever his aide was that day did his makeup and put way too much fucking eyeliner on. That was really it.
Hey everyone, we are live from my backyard where I am smoking a brisket and some ribs. I am making meats now. Smoking these meats. A little meat smoking. It's smoking. So
What is this? None of this is funny. This is like obnoxious schizophrenic rambling, dude. Like, all you've done is do a voiceover of Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm the meat chef. Someone asked me, do I smoke meat? Smoking meat. Smoking meat. Smoking these meats. Just set the charcoal up and you set the wood chips up and then smoking meats. Grilling meats. Good smoky flavor. Smoke a brisket for like 12 hours.
What? Why do this? God, I do not like Instagram. I do not use it anymore. Hold on, this says pronouns.
You hate pronouns.
Oh boy. I don't think Ramstein would not like this. Till Lindemann would literally eat your face off, okay? Yeah, I was gonna say Ramstein is super LGBT.
You pronouns in your bio. Donald Trump is coming for you.
What? Okay, so like, that's mentally deranged, right? Okay, I think you can be like a little less. Trump is a what for me? He's coming. He's coming. I think he likes the Germanness of Rammstein. But that's it. Rammstein is German, but you know.
I know I need to shave. I look terrible with a beard. I just met a dude out there. Says he's a wizard. Says he's a wizard. And he's hiding behind that windmill over there now. He's like, I just created a spell. And I was like, huh, okay. He's like, yes, you can literally look through it. And he does this thing with his hand or whatever. And it was like
9 out of 10 people who listen to House in public aren't nearly as cool as they think they are. Oh, shit. I was made in China by children. That's a Monster Hunter. What is that, a Monster Hunter thing? It looks like it. No, it can't be because they have a weapon. The only wizard this dude knows is a Grand Wizard. Is something we weren't allowed to make him say. Okay. Okie dokie.
The Spokane National Bank building.
Guys, Dubai is making a big penis building. That's the comedy with it, okay? What's this? This is a dog.
what?
Do you think he trains his dogs to be racially insensitive? I feel like he would.
So you got a job that requires a wheelman.
I see.
Okay. So he has his depressing song there that he did with the lady. Let's see. Let's take a look at. So yeah, Toby lost his marbles and became like a political Andy, which is like, it's just very funny because it's like, oh, guy has a canceling, immediately switches teams. That's literally it. Like, guy has a canceling, immediately switches teams. That's really as deep as that goes. But one of the things that got him on the map for like a hot minute was he was chopping it up with Kyle Rittenhouse. So I'll pull that up.
Hello once again, audience. Hope I didn't lose you yesterday because I posted a picture of me being with this fella by the name of Kyle Rittenhouse that my buddy was working with, and I really wanted to meet this kid. I was so excited. I wanted to meet.
Wild. Yeah. You know what's really, listen, that's really great for Kyle Rittenhouse's media image, is hanging out with the former drug addict sex pest YouTuber. I'm sure that's great.
Meet him ever since I saw the whole video where he unfortunately took the lives of a couple convicted pedophiles. And he didn't go looking for that. They attacked him first. It's not like he's like a pedophile hunter. People should stop praising him for hunting pedophiles. He didn't even know. He didn't even know they were pedophiles. He probably thought they were black.
Wow. Yay. Whoa. Slow down, buddy. Slow down. Listen, man. Listen. There's a limit to how based we can be in a day, Tobuscus. You know, you get a little bit, all right? But you don't get all of it. All right? It's been a while. It's been a while since I looked at the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff. I'm a well-versed guy, right? But I have chosen to be a drama slop YouTuber because the stakes are infinitely lower. Oh, but
No, he knew they were white, and you know
he knew nobody cares about Kyle anymore. Yeah, he's like, he's the right wing version of Greta Thunberg. He's like, this is insane statement I'm about to say. He's like an industry plant. Okay, him and Greta Thunberg, they must be like industry plants, right? You know, like they have that for the music industry. That exists for the political industry. Crackpot theory, tinfoil hat time. Those guys ran out there. They were told to by fucking Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes told them to run out there, and they set up Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay, it was all planned. It was all pre-planned.
You know, they were maybe burning down the city, and there was no police. And this kid in this age where we were raised on video games goes out there. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go on a mission and I'm gonna help people.
I'm gonna go on a mission to help people. This guy is really. I've never seen. This is unironically more of an indictment of Kyle, right? I don't like. Even if I didn't know anything, I'd be like, "Oh, the black thing. What's going on here?"
Better than the alternative. I'm gonna go on a mission and I'm gonna loot Walmart and then I'm gonna burn.
Yeah, did Toby just imply this is video games' fault?
Burn it down and then I'm gonna burn down the buildings next to it and then I'm gonna beat up an old lady and then I'm gonna
like he's literally just rambling, dude. He's just rambling nonsense.
and then I'm gonna. How funny is it that we love? I mean.
What happened to the Shelbo stream? It got hit for copyright, so I'll have the VOD up in like a few days.
America or whatever, the world. You know, it's like we love heroes in movies, but when it comes to like police officers,
Yes, we love it when people shoot people in movies because movies fun. But you shoot people in real life and there's all these consequences, okay? I don't even remember what the context was for the people he shot or whatever. I don't really care, chat, and I don't fucking want to know, right? But when you shoot people, people die, okay? And there's gotta be rules about people dying, okay? You can't just kill people. We live in a society, all right?
that's how it is. Some people suck, and then you fire those people, and get the better ones, and then you fund the make the people better. You want to fund them. You don't want to defund them. But it's just funny that we don't. For some reason, somehow people stop.
Listen, as a deep state member in league with Lockheed Martin, I say that we want more RoboCops on the street.
Guy that you call to help you, to save you from crazy criminals with blue hair or whatever.
yeah, oh my god. This guy is inventing a person, dude. This is great.
Nah, blue hair's... Nah. What are the blue hair?
You know, this guy's mocking blue hair right now. Meanwhile, he was chopping it up with Max Landis at a barbecue. All right, and that guy literally had a rainbow fucking cut. All right.
People do. They just scream. They just they just right. I don't know if they're actually violent.
It was 2022. When did the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff end? Was it 2022? Dude, I feel like it's literally modern day. Like, it's literally 2025. If we're still doing blue hair pronouns jokes, I think it's over, dude.
I'm totally
2021. Okay, so this guy's like a year late. This guy is a year late and still making it.
I love blue hair, by the way. It's cool, and I love hair dye and all that. It's awesome. But
dude, you know what's the funniest part though? Is that he'll make a really base statement and then he'll double back on it like he's trying to still appease both sides. Just pick a lane. Just be that guy. Just be a Tate guy. Just be that guy. Like, I would like that more, but the fact that he's so wishy-washy about it is like actually worse.
People with blue hair are crazy. But no. What was I talking about? We love Batman. You know, we love this hero. He goes out, the city's burning down, Gotham's burning, and he puts himself right in the line of danger, right? We teach our kids to do that.
No, Batman is not. We're not teaching kids to be Batman. That's not. Have you read a Batman comic? He's like riddled with guilt and survivor's guilt. All right, and then all the stories in Batman are about how he's on the cusp of just fucking breaking down and being as bad as the criminals he fights and.
I'm making those movies, and you blame Kyle, a child, for going out when he was asked by his friend's family.
Was it? Wait, okay, pause. Wasn't Kyle like 18, 19? Wasn't he an adult? Wasn't he an adult? Are we doing the 19-year-old? Yeah, he was an adult. He was an adult teen. Yes.
Someone
17 that turned 18 during his incarceration. Okay.
burned and shot up their other location or something the day before, a couple days before.
I thought he was doing the adult child argument. I mean, he's definitely doing the adult child argument, but for the sake of, you know, charitability.
Last thing they had nothing left. They was like, could you maybe, I don't know, defend it or something? Like, you know, you're like a trained, what was he, a medic, Boy Scout, friggin' this like a baby. This is like, this guy was training for this moment. He's like, I'm gonna help people. That's, you know.
But the Boy Scouts aren't given guns. I was a Boy Scout too, you know. You don't go to the range as a Boy Scout.
Believe that or not, but you know, they asked him to defend it.
Tobuscus, more like Tosuctus.
He comes up there, puts out a fire, a literal dumpster fire. Puts out a fire in a dumpster that a bunch of Riddler, you know, from Batman, like.
This Batman comparison is real corny, dude. Oh my god.
Psychopaths burned, set fire to this.
Yeah, this is all this is teaching me is that he doesn't understand the media he watches, dude.
To push it into a gas station to blow it up. You weren't there. I wasn't there. It's hard to understand.
Yeah, also, by the way, how millennial is it to be like, this is just like insert favorite pop culture reference? This guy is the most millennial to have ever lived. He can't even escape it, dude.
And you have to imagine that's happening down your street. That's not safe. That's, especially when they're all screaming about getting rid of the police because they think that they're racist. And you're like, most of the people that they protect are minorities. And in a lot of the
areas... That's a really funny way to word that argument, right? Listen, you want to defund the police, but the police, you know, they just, you know, most of the people they protect are minorities. You know, we allocate a lot of these police to minority-specific neighborhoods. You know, I'm just saying that it's these minority neighborhoods that commit most of the crime. I'm just saying, you know, they make up 10% of the population, but... Oh, my God.
A lot of, specifically like Chicago, a lot of these cities, it's mostly minority police officers.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And you see these blue-haired, crazy people screaming at black police officers, calling them racist. So this is the age we live in, where people really hate.
Well, I think if they were going to call those guys racist, also interesting take there, but I think if they were going to call those guys racist, which they have, and there are crazy blue-haired people, I'm not stupid enough to think that there's no crazy. We see enough of them, okay? I've covered enough of them on this stream. I've covered them on the main channel too, okay? They exist, but like. This is like literally the definition of making a guy.
Hated Kyle for being attacked because he went out there with a gigantic weapon. You know, I wouldn't have done that. But I wouldn't run into a burning building either. I mean,
that's not the same thing. Is it like I don't really want to get into the like political weeds of it. I don't care, but like these comparisons are really funny.
As a job. I mean, I don't know. I've never been put in this situation.
Yeah, because you've been a YouTuber since you were in your early 20s. All right? You did what? Like retail at like fucking Abercrombie and Fitch one time, and now you're just sitting in your Tesla being a sad middle-aged millionaire. If I was as rich as Toby Turner, I would simply not be online. Okay? If my career was over like that. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Glad to be here. I'm Libby Emmons with the Post Millennial.
And I'm back from Florida. What's happening, everybody? Ian Crossland, if you don't know me, you do now. I was hanging with Luke Rudkowski, and I had the amazing, fortunate blessing to meet Toby Turner, who I've loved for like over a decade. Tobuscus, you may have seen his work on YouTube. We collabed all week. We were writing music, making skits. He is a hilarious guy, and uploaded a parody video that he and I did on his YouTube channel on Tobuscus. So after the show, you're going to want to check that out.
Are you
and have a
fucking
great
kidding
night.
me?
Let's get rolling. Oh, and Tim, by the way,
Are you
thanks for
fucking
using your
kidding me?
perception to identify these traps.
Okay. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Listen, Tobuscus could really use the Russian propaganda funds that these guys are getting, all right? Tobuscus could become an annoying podcaster, an annoying debate rapist podcaster with Timcast, all right? Oh man, that's rough. Am I supposed to know who that is? So that is on the show Timcast. Tim Pool is a former Bernie bro. I think that was a lie about him saying he was a Bernie bro. I think that's him making it up. But Tim Pool was receiving money from Tenant Media, and Tenant Media is a shell company organization that was indicted by the Department of Justice for getting money from the Russian government. Which, by the way, hey, the Russian government, if you're watching, I'm taking checks, but and according to Op Block researcher, this guy Ian Crossland hangs out with Andy Pants Gaming. You know, the guy who says that video games are woke because devil make people gay. Mr. Beast or the Russian government, please give me money. I don't care. I will do anything. Listen, if the United States is gonna make eggs $14, I'm taking anybody's money. All right?
Hashtag stop Asian hate. Stand with Ukraine.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
The game of gay and Black Lives Matter. Anti-Semites be hating Jews. Really trying kosher food. 'Cause it tastes really, really.
Is it, you know, man, I'm gonna be a radical cent. I like hummus and bagels, man. All right, okay?
And Black Lives Matter. Should we believe all women? Hashtag me too.
Yeah, I'm sure Toby's got really strong opinions on that one.
A-cab, hashtag back the blue. I'm starting to get so confused. And Black Lives Matter.
Instead of learning politics from Bosch, I'll learn from Toby. I think there's really no place you can learn politics on the internet, man. Everybody's crazy, dude. They're all crazy, dude.
Acronyms we never knew. To us LGBTQ. A club. What the hell's going on at school? Something's lowering our kids' IQ.
Boy, dude, is that what a loaded... That's a loaded statement. Maybe it's the fucking lack of funding the Department of Education gets on teaching kids how to fucking be learned. Fuck you, dude. Fuck this guy. You don't have kids. Fuck you.
Probably all the shifty Jews.
Wow. Listen, buddy. Listen. Dude, what's blowing our kids' IQs? All the shifty Jews? Dude, there's no way he's JQing right now. He's JQing.
Oh, but black lives
Oh, interesting.
matter. Acronyms we never knew.
I need help. I just sat down for an entire history video on Berserk. Chris, you should read Berserk. You would unironically like that. I actually think you would really like Berserk.
To us LGBTQ. A plus.
Chris isn't going to read weeb shit. I think Chris, it's based. It's based, Chris.
Just stop oil, hashtag climate change. Private jet, 2 doubles to complain. Am I going fucking insane? But Black Lives Matter.
The horse stuff is insane, bro. Yeah, that's insane. Griffith is a guy. Griffith is a guy. He'd be canceled if Griffith was on Twitter, you know?
Media's no longer the news. Garage no pull rope they call the news. Justice Smollett's a freaking dude.
Griffith is not a guy. Show the image.
But Black lives still matter. From every flag that we should wave, here's the motherfucking USA. Yo, I believe we never knew. To us LGBTQ, who I
Okay, so that song was terrible. I mean, you know, politics aside, that song is bad, right? Like that was a bad cover of that song. It's like Bo Black's BLM song if he was less autistic. I want to see if he's talking about dates in this one.
Hello once again, audience. How are you? I can't hear you.
Dude,
I was watching poker.
What if Tobuscus is like a fucking Uber Eats driver now, and that's why he's doing all these from the car, man?
Man, I've been watching poker. Because I was watching Norm Macdonald videos, as I do every single day for the last like 3 freaking years, because I'm just trying to
I'm trying to be just like Norm Macdonald. Got it.
Out how to just
2 years ago is not recently. Well, you know, he died. Tobuscus died. He didn't die. He's alive. Unfortunately.
trying to emulate something in his exact style without anybody getting onto it. But you know, maybe steal some of his jokes. You guys don't watch his clips as much as I do. But dude, like during the whole pandemic, the beginning of the pandemic, like he started out. He did the first like comedy. Yeah, I got a haircut. You like it? Thank you. I can't hear you.
This guy has lost his marbles, dude. Oh boy. 6 years ago.
Toby. Toby.
2018. Oh my god. Well, that dog's got to pay rent, right?
Toby. I want to start. Toby. Toby.
What, dude? I'm working.
I have something to say.
What?
I have something to say.
What?
Toby, I want to let you know that I'm going to need to start eating human food starting now, exclusively.
Wait, Griffin is the dog that the lady mentioned in her Tumblr post. Are you fucking, there's no reason that this dog should have had like a cutaway gag in your Google document expose piece. Not with a voice like that, bro. Oh.
Human food. Yeah.
That's the voice he put on, apparently. Dude, he put on... You didn't pick up on that? No, I didn't. I didn't even know Tobuscus had a fucking dog.
Not allow you to oppress me any longer, Toby.
Dude, you eat...
Could you imagine he's putting on that voice to get a... I'm sorry. Ladies, if you're ever with a man and he does a voice like that to try and get you in bed, you punch him in the nose.
Dog food, because you're a dog and that's what you eat, and that's how it's gonna stay, bud.
You treat me like a dog. A dog, Toby.
You are a dog.
I'm not a dog, Toby. I'm a human being just like you are.
Dude, what? No, you're not.
I identify as a human being.
What? Where are you going with this? Don't talk about it. What are you talking about?
If you give me human food, maybe I don't have to push this video into dangerous territory.
You are a dog.
He pushed this video into dangerous territory. All right. Listen, Tobuscus... Okay, this is 2018. Tobuscus was always like this, okay? That's it. He was always like this. It just... The audience didn't catch up with it until recently, you know?
Dog. You're a dog. You are.
Toby, there's no biological difference between me and you. It's a social construct.
Nobody thinks that. Anywhere.
Guess what I'm doing next week?
Oh my god. He made a straw man argument video out of his dog, dude. Oh boy. By the way, funny crossover, by the way. I heard they disabled the gore in Assassin's Creed Shadows for Japan. If so, wonder why. It's maybe they have different fucking rating standards. I don't know, man. Tragedy ensues when racist Asian farmer asks real samurai if he knows any local spots that serve nigiri. I can't tell if there was like some racist connotations with that. It's above my pay grade, okay? But the Grums crossover tweet is really funny. Oh boy. It's time again, episode 6 of Pop Culture Patriots, to take pop culture video games and books with special guest Toby Turner. Well, I guess I'm opening that. Cultural appropriation is bad. Make Snow White. Listen, guys, the movie's gonna be bad. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh my god. No fucking way. Look at that fucking Cybertruck. That's a wild. Oh my god. God. The Jew-mobile, dude. Oy vey. Oy vey, dude. Oy vey. Oh boy, we're doomed, dude. We're doomed. Yeah, I've been hearing that the game is really more about Naoe than Yasuke. It kind of seems like they added Yasuke to have like another protagonist just to have one. I listened to Mortimal Gaming's review of AC Shadows. He didn't even 100% it. And he was like, I feel like they added Yasuke last minute. Dude, he tweets a lot, man. He's a big X poster. Big X guy. Big X guy over here, Mr. Tobuscus. I can't find his Glup Shido song. There's like nothing but political post-maxing. Dude, just be old, dude. This whole like trying to be in it is like really cringe. Oh man.
There is a place in Ireland where weird stuff happens. From the director of Braveheart, Faggot Hill.
I'm going through. I'm looking for some more. He posts way too much. Go outside. This guy is delusional, dude. Holy shit.